Oi boys, welcome back to another video on the channel, back with our West Tigers career mode 2025, and today we're heading into round number 2. A couple things went down to start the season. Justin Olim's been suspended for 5 matches. Seyfarth should be back and ready to go for sub-17s if you have him in your lineup. Speaking of, today's lineup was made by a Galvano, and he's gone full experimental, so this should be interesting playing against the best team in the game in the Penrith Panthers. It is our first home game. Let's go ahead and see how these teams line up. So the game has... I did see Casey McLean on the wing. They've got Brad Schneider instead of Blaise Talani. In the front row, it's of course Lindsay Smith. Sorensen starting in the back row. And on the bench, there's Blaise Talani, Riley Price, and Isaiah Papali'i, all recruits on the bench. As for us, it's actually one of the weaker fielded sides, which should make for an interesting game. One constant with everyone's sub-17s that I did see was the halves not changing, which is good. At the moment of making this is about 5 or 6 suggestions, so we'll try and get to those before we have to actually lock in come the business end. Not much distance in that one as they start their set just outside their own 30. I do feel like the interceptions are somewhat easier to pull off with these certain gameplay tweaks, the LUA script files or whatever it's called. I was contemplating removing them just to see the full difference, but it is definitely noticeable as we pull off a big hit, and it actually aids the Panthers in gaining an extra 20 meters here. With a couple to go, they do sit inside the 10 as they play a cheeky little inside ball, but the defense holds firm there. That's Royce Hunt all over Isaiah Yeo. Last play, it's a grubber, and it's well scooped up here by Alex Seyfarth in his first game of the season. But look where we are as we try and find space on the wing. It's kind of getting to that point where we can't really find space or holes through the middle. We're going to try and exploit the edges as we send Terrell May into a brick wall. Terrell May can't last the full 80. We know that for sure now. Oh, look at this. This is another one of those the reasons why I'm thinking of removing the script files, because some of these passes do be floating. As we try and shoot for a 40-20, this will be huge, and it's short. Centimeters. Oh, there's that guaranteed sidestep. Dill Edwards. Another fend. Right when I'm trying to pull off some interchanges, they start cracking us. This is Dill Edwards again getting active in this set. Inside the 20 already with a couple to go. They float this one out wide. As Liam Martin playing on the left side will get pulled up 12 outs.
Oh, kill him!
Short side to Brian To'o as he steps around one and carries another over with him. Looks fairly wide. And it does hit the post. 4-point lead. Unfortunately, we couldn't get much going in this first half, although we did get a few sets, but we never got close, and those 6 out of 6 completions is pretty much us kicking early in the set. Something I've noticed with some tries I've been scoring playing with the slightly adjusted gameplay tweaks, we'll say, is that we've actually been able to exploit slow defense, getting back on side, but some passes are actually messing up my go-to plays, which you'll definitely see examples of. I thought we created the overlap there, but it was read by McLean. As we try to rush up again, I'm trying to get on the board at least. Let's slow us play the ball. All that for a big hit. I've got to say, maybe the big hits are appearing too often. As we do find space here on the edge. Fire it back in field to Galvin. Try and hit Jerome Luai here. It was risky. We were close to the defensive line and we do get punished. Very stupid decision there. As they find space through the middle, another fend by Isaiah Yeo. Bit of footwork here by Dill Edwards. Plenty of tackle breaks for the Panthers. We are looking short down the left. They go back through the middle, and it's another fend from Isaiah Yo as he gets inside the 10. Panthers, all the momentum here as they go short. Moses Leota looking for a drop down try. We do flip him short. Centimeters away here. This is Mitch Kenny, and he goes from the one of those cheesy tries out of dummy half. You can actually stop that if you act early, but clearly we're too late. Literally off the back fence. Leota, what else did we expect? We kind of threw Luai in no man's land there. Seyfarth. Oh, and he cops an injury for it. Is this the opening we need? Let me actually go ahead and sort this out so it doesn't get worse. I see Galvin here at first receiver. Looking for Luai out wide. And we try to pop a little offload, a little pass, a short pass. Results in another error. We've been doing that a lot these first couple of games here. As they pop an offload of themselves. Inside the 40 here are the Panthers. I actually don't mind the silver at 9. Koroisau at 13 though was an interesting pick. I know it was an experimental side by Galvino or Galvino, however you say his username. As we go short to Miller. He looks for speed immediately, and it's Talon De Silva getting run down. Finds Felony, and he flies into the corner for an elaborate finish. Finally, we get on the board. Let's see this. It's awfully close here to the sideline. That ain't coming back. So things go from bad to worst heading into round 3. We have Seyfarth injured for a day, even though today he won't be available for selection, as well as Royce Hunt, who's been suspended for 2 matches for that penalty in our previous match. Now, as you can see here, I have got the lineup ready. We've got about 12 to 13 lineups to get through. That'll tie us into Origin, which is great. And today's lineup is something we sort of talked about in the first episode. First and foremost, this was suggested by Aqua Neons, a long-time viewer, and he's got in his back 5 Heath Mason, Jarrell Skelton, Jareem Buller being shifted to left centre, Adam Dewey and Sunia Turuva. In the halves, Galvin and Luai. Front row, Terrell May, Api Koroisau and Fonua Pole. He originally had Hunt, but as we said, he's suspended for 2 matches. He did have Bole on the bench to play in the front row, so we promoted him. In the back row, Samuel Fainu, Ruben Porter, and at lock, David Clemmer, so he's gone the power route. On the bench, he's got Latu Fainu, Jack Bird to play in the back row, he said, and Alex Twell was the other front rower, and I've brought in Justin Matamor. So, let's go and take this team to the field and see if we can get our first win of the season. So for round 3, we are back on the road, taking on the Raiders at GIO Stadium. Now, much like our Tigers, the Raiders are looking for their first win of the season. Now, heading into 2025, they actually haven't made any big recruits. They did go heavy for, what's his name, Leo Thompson from the Knights, but he ultimately signed to the Bulldogs, the ones that got him for 2026 and beyond. Back on the Raiders chat, like I said, there's no big name signings for them, but they have signed a couple of young guns, and Ethan Sanders from Parramatta and Savilio Tamale from St. George. Something I actually rate them doing is them blooding their young talents and backing them for the future. Hunting our first W of the season, another wet weather game. You hate to see, but thankfully it doesn't really affect the gameplay that much. Definitely not as much as it used to back in Rugby League Live 3. As the Raiders here do cross the halfway points, and that's a solid tackle. Can we shove him into touch though? Yes we can, Savage. Hands or do. As Mason gets it moving down the line here, Galvin into some space. They eventually catch up to us though. Back through the middle with Api. That's a beautiful ball. And Fonua Bole will take it to the house. Api Koroisau floating across field sends Fonua Bole steaming through the line. Untouched. Something we always try to do when playing career modes is putting together some realistic counter tries, and Uppy feeding the big boys. We'll try and do that more often for sure. As well as the old Jerome Luai stepping in circles and stuff like that. But here's the setup I've been waiting for. The little script mod has stuffed up our go-to play right there. See that pass? Just hangs the ball in the air for some reason. It's completely ruined the play for us. As we try and draw and pass, we don't actually get the draw. I'm going to try and shoot for the line. Over the back of the winger's head here. A bit of wind. And that is, oh, that is a terrible kick. What the? I'm actually going to go back and play some casual matches to see if that particular play is actually doomed for us. If it is, I'm going to remove the script mod. As the Raiders here get gifted an opportunity inside the 20. A little bump here from Mariota, and he's going to carry one over. A bit of a soft try for the Raiders. Look at this. Does make it to the line. That contact sound. Got some decent sound effects in this. As we line them up. There we go. That was perfect. Luai. Heath Mason. Can't get it out to Turova. But we get a full set to cook something up. A beautiful short ball. And a rare legs tackle. Oh, he's literally over the line. A drop ball, another error inside enemy territory. You hate to see. And unfortunately, it's something we've been seeing a lot to start the season. As they get it out to Savage, he pops a offload that I thought floated forward, but May's all good. As he puts another big hit on for the boys. It's kind of crazy how often you can do that now. Inside setup. As Luai shows it and fires it out to Adam Dewey, who will score in the corner. That is somewhat realistic. Luai getting it out to the strike centers ASAP. The dummy pass. So they go for that little outside in. If they come, almost a knock on there. They do about to retain possession. Hudson Young. As they hit the short side. And it's going to be Xavier Savage who will get the leg drive going, similar to our previous match with Brian To'o. These guys just won't go away. That's Jamal Fogarty from the sideline. We are being pinned down here. Oh, it's a terrible kick. Comes off a Raider, they regather. Alright, a little settler. Emre Gula. Body block. Oh, it hits us and goes over. Look at Uppy's reaction. Now in hindsight, after digging through the replay, we look like absolute morons trying to square up and not give away the frickin' 6 again. And we high-key sold trying to get that kick away with Jerome Luai. A few brain fade moments in the game that we should have won. Galvin picking up man of the match in this, pretty much solidifying that point. We'll be back. Like I said, we've got plenty more sub-17s to get through, and I'm actually going to try and get through all of them. The thing is, Olam won't be around for a few more matches, and he's in most of the suggested. We might just have to throw in a replacement of our own. For now though, we're going to call it there. As always, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to run a shot of that like button, and for more rugby league related content or more content in general, go ahead and drop your boy a cheeky sub. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you later.